This week's Fan Sharp Focused, we are focused on the Indianapolis Colts as they move into 3-2 going into Week 6. Zach Zook joins us to talk some Colts football. Zach, let's talk about Indianapolis. Week 1, they lost to the Jacksonville Jaguars. They have since rattled off 3 wins in a row, then losing to the Browns in Week 5. They moved to 3-2 and one of the best defenses in the NFL that you've seen over the last few weeks. But you're not really sure what they're all about. What do you expect from them for the rest of the season? Do you think they're a real team or maybe pretenders?
I think, like most things in life, right, the answer's somewhere in the middle, and I don't think we're going to find out for a couple weeks yet. They play the Bengals in Week 6, then they have a bye. Then they take on the Detroit Lions. Where we're going to find out a lot about this team is after those 3 weeks, they got the Ravens, Titans, Packers, Titans, all back-to-back-to-back. So that is where I think you're going to find out a lot about this Colts team. Truly, right now, I think what they've put on film is indicative of a team that's around 500, but that's certainly not set in stone. If they can get a little bit more consistent play from the offense, get some guys healthy, maybe find some go-tos in that offense, I think that the sky's the limit for them because the defense certainly has the talent.
Phillip Rivers so far just under 1,000 yards passing throughout this season. He has struggled at times, only 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, nothing that really sets the world on fire. So, with the run game so much intact, he's almost been able to kind of hide the fact that he's been a little bit inefficient. Do you think that they could possibly look at Jacoby Brissett possibly coming in for him to kind of finish the season, or you think it's Rivers' team all the way through?
I don't. Chris Ballard's a really great GM. He has helped build this team from the ground up. And this is the Phillip Rivers we saw with the LA Chargers last year. And Ballard saw that on tape, and his scouts saw that. They knew what they were getting in this version of 2020 Phillip Rivers. And they've also seen Jacoby Brissett start for a year plus. So it's not as though they don't have the information. I think that the hope in signing Phillip Rivers was to get a veteran starter that was serviceable. Now, the turnovers were an issue last year. They've been a bit of an issue this year. But I think the hope for the Colts and for Frank Reich and that offense is that he can just manage the game, which is kind of a negative term for quarterbacks, but doesn't need to be. He just needs to manage the game, lean on the defense in the run game, and not turn the ball over, and use all of what he's picked up over his long NFL career to beat defenses. He doesn't need to beat them with his arm. He doesn't need to beat them doing, Patrick Mahomes-esque throws. He just needs to work within the offense and not turn the ball over. And if he can do that, I think that this Colts team can go very far. And I guess to answer your question, I don't think he's really under any threat to lose his job unless this thing gets a whole heck of a lot more ugly.
Colts definitely a team to watch. Thanks, Zach. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
And don't forget, if you'd like to bet legally in Indiana, Illinois, or Iowa, be sure to check out fansharp.com and look for your deposit bonus with promo code FORT. Fansharp. Root like a fan. Bet like a sharp.